What would be considered a win for a private investigator? In my private investigation business, the majority of our clients are lawyers and law firms handling civil litigation on behalf of businesses and insurance companies. The majority of our cases are on the defense side, so that means that our clients are being sued and have to spend money to defend themselves. The cases typically involve employment disputes, insurance claims and fraud, business disputes like breach of contract or trade secrets theft, family law cases involving custody disputes and asset disputes, trademark infringement and counterfeiting. The list goes on and on. The outcomes of a civil case could be a dismissal, settlement, or a judgment in favor of the plaintiff or defendant by a jury or judge. The truth is that we rarely learn about the outcomes of the cases we work for a few reasons. First, because civil litigation can drag on for years, and the law firms we are hired by to work on cases might not be the firm that settles or tries the case. Also, our clients typically don't share the outcomes with us for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's because the settlements are confidential. My research suggests that less than 5% of civil lawsuits make it to trial, so that means very few of the cases go before a judge or jury. So what is considered a win in the arena of civil litigation? What is considered a loss? Let me share some examples of cases we have worked on, and you can decide if it was a win or a loss. We were involved in a case where a plaintiff is alleging injuries due to a car accident with a demand of $500,000. And we got video of the plaintiff working out, carrying groceries, and carrying their grandchildren. Our investigation led to a reduced settlement of $50,000. In my opinion, this is a win. Do you agree? In another case, we conducted a deep background investigation on a key witness and found a criminal history and many other things that impacted his credibility. Because of these findings during the deposition of the witness, the attorney was able to ask questions about the things we found on the record, and the case settled shortly thereafter. This could be considered a win because the litigation is expensive, and the sooner the case settles, the less fees are incurred by the client. Do you agree? We handled a counterfeiting case where our investigation efforts led to the evidence required for law enforcement to make an arrest of a woman running a retail shop that was selling counterfeit jeans. This was a win for our client for sure. Sometimes the outcomes of an investigation aren't so clear. In another case, we obtained video of a claimant golfing on multiple days. The claimant was allegedly suffering from a work-related injury and had been deemed totally disabled by his doctor. In this case, the evidence was great, but the plaintiff attorney argued that the claimant could no longer golf at the level he was at prior to the injury, and that after golfing he was laid up and needed to spend time recovering due to his injuries. The judge in this case issued a ruling that was more favorable to the claimant or plaintiff, even though we got some great video. This wasn't a win from an investigative perspective, but a loss in the courtroom. We have worked on a few cases where our efforts led to a referral to the FBI. In one of those cases, our investigation led to the prosecution of a counterfeiter who was producing and distributing counterfeit software globally. This case went to trial and the federal prosecutor prevailed. The result was incarceration for the counterfeiter and a restitution order to our client, which was Microsoft. Recently, we worked a case where we were able to identify a fraudster who was defrauding our client in the e-commerce space for return fraud schemes. He would initiate returns for an item of significant value, but would ship an item of lesser value. Our investigation led to a referral to the California Attorney General. I think that if we as private investigators strive to develop information that assists our client to get a better outcome with the timeline and budget, then we are winning. Do you have a recent win or loss you want to share? Please feel free to drop a note in the comments below or reach out to me directly. Thank you.